Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We are continuing our Champions League third round qualifying matches. On our panel today is Alex from mbitcasino.com, Bernardo from TheOwlTips.com, and then Stuart from tipsterhq.com, all joining us to run through. We've got 10 matches here, Wednesday, 3rd of August. A little hard, we kind of sort of ran through it in sort of the first video. Luckily, we've got the first leg to sort of see how these two teams will sort of play against each other. But there's 10 matches. Does that make it easier or harder to pick value? Stuart?
I found this one a little bit harder, to be honest. The first one I saw a few selections that kind of jumped out at me, and this one not so much.
All right, well, I'm glad you said that. Me too. Bernardo, what about yourself? Have you got some surefire winners for us today?
Well, normally it's better to have more offers, so to find value. But yeah, it's not a very easy day. I have also a couple of selections, but well, I have to say that possibly I have less value than the Tuesday ones.
But Alex, are you feeling confident with your picks?
I don't know. I think that all the time you can make more money on this kind of matches than on the, how to say, when it will come down to the group matches or stuff like that. I think that for me personally, I think that they're easier to predict.
Yeah, this one we've definitely got sort of like more like strong favorites as opposed to sort of, on Tuesday's matches, the odds are sort of like, 2.4 for the favorite, and then 3.4s for the underdog. In this match, we've even got sort of Copenhagen 1.4 against Gastra Goju, who's at 11. But some bets, for example, Monaco 1.9 against Fenerbahce could be a good pick. And then we've also got Celtic 1.67 against Astana 6.3. Might be some value in that, I don't know. But let's hear your picks. Bernardo, let's start with you.
Well, that odd Copenhagen, you said about Midtjylland or Copenhagen. Well, I think that you said 1.4 and it's 1.14 or something, because they are clear favorites on that game. But the games that I choose are Monaco versus Fenerbahce. It ended 2-1 for the Turkish team on first leg. They are two coaches that know them very well, each other, because two Portuguese guys that, usually this Monaco would play very defensively, but after they lose the game in Turkey, they will have to risk a little more. Their defense is not so good, but they have now Falcão up in the front. Moutinho is still missing because he's still on holidays. But I think that, we can see both teams scoring on that game, and it's paying above evens, and I like it very much. 2.06 at Unibet, if I am not in error. Then there is other game, that surprised me the first leg, was Olympiacos versus Apoel Beersheva. They draw 2-0 in Greece. And I was expecting much more from Olympiacos. It's true that Olympiacos lost their coach, but they have a very good talent team compared with Apoel. So I'm going with Olympiacos here, minus 0.25, around 181. I'm a bit afraid of a draw with goals because that will give the going through for Olympiacos. So I prefer to be more cautious here and protect half of my stake in case of a draw. And the other game is a game that, in my opinion, is already solved because Young Boys lost in Ukraine 2-0 versus Shakhtar. But I like very much the team of Shakhtar. It's true that Paulo Fonseca will rotate a couple of players, but they are much more talented and tactically much more stronger than Young Boys. That after a 2-0 defeat, will have to push to press Shakhtar, and that, in my opinion, will give plenty of chance to Shakhtar kill the game and kill the chances of the Swiss team. So I like minus 25 on them to around 188, 187, close to that. And those are my three picks to these Wednesday matches.
Yeah, I'm with you as well, actually, on that Shakhtar Donetsk. I like the straight win there, 2.15. Even though Young Boys are at home, I think this is definitely Shakhtar's to lose here. Stuart, what do you like?
Well, I'm on the Hapoel Beersheva against Olympiacos as well. I'm just going for a straight Olympiacos win. I like the odds on that, and fairly happy that, as Bernardo said, they are the more talented side and they really should be winning this. I'm also all the Scottish people love me because I'm a Celtic versus FC Asana. But I'm looking at over 2.5 goals in this. I think we may see a 2-1 scoreline towards Celtic, which could be an interesting game. A little bit of tension there. And finally, Monaco against Fenerbahce, which is another game that Bernardo highlighted there. I think he said both teams to score, and I'm absolutely with him on that. I think that's good odds for that.
Nice. Well, you guys could be on for something next. There's 10 matches to choose from. We go for both teams to score on one match, the same. That might be a good one. Alex, what have you got?
I have 3 options to bet. I'm going with Copenhagen versus Astra Giurgiu. On the first leg, it was 1-1 for sure, but who saw the match? Copenhagen should win with a big difference of goals, and I think that now in Denmark it will be like that. So I'm going with Copenhagen win with minus 1.25 Asian handicap at 1.93. Another good match that I'm seeing, PAOK versus Ajax. It's true that PAOK will play home and the fans, the Greek fans, will be awesome like always, and I think that they will put a lot of problems to Ajax, but I don't see Ajax not qualifying to the next phase. So I'm going with Ajax draw no bet at around 1.95, the best odd 1.96 with Bet Victor. And the third option is Steaua Bucharest with Sparta Praga. The first leg was 1-1 in Czech Republic, and now in Romania and Bucharest, Steaua will look a lot stronger. But even like that, I see another match with both teams to score at an odd of 1.95 with William here.
All right, awesome stuff. So those are our tips there. They will be they'll be put down, noted, and then we'll see the results next week. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
Anytime.